Good morning, friends. Today I find myself discouraged. I finally got out yesterday to walk my dog for the first time since November. It is already almost mid-March. We're into March already. And it was good, except I was angry at how fearful I was to be able to take my dog for a walk. And it's not like I'm going for a long walk. It's down the block to a church that is literally a block away, one side of a block. Not even walking around the whole block. And I got over that fear. I knew my husband was coming home soon, so if I couldn't make it home, he would be able to pick me up. And I took her outside, and it was great to be outside. It was wonderful. It felt good. I did sit down on the street or sidewalk multiple times, but we did it, and that does feel good. And I love that I have friends who feel open and willing to share their journey with me, and I think sometimes I get jealous that other people have an end date. Sounds terrible, like an end date for healing. Like they had surgery, or they have an accident, or they had this or that happen, and they'll be better in 6 weeks. They'll be better in 3 weeks. They'll be better in 6 months. They'll be better in... I don't know if I'll ever have an end date. If I'll ever be able to take hikes with my husband without a scooter or a support system, or having to stop and sit every few minutes. I don't know. If I'll ever be able to go out dancing again, or do some of the stuff that we used to do. And so today, coming into that real deep sadness and grief about what if it never comes back? What if I never have the things that I lost? And I've decided today to feel that grief, not just stuff it down and belittle it, but also to start envisioning those things and taking whatever steps I can each day to work towards the closest that I can get. So whatever that is, to build up my endurance, that I could be able to stand or walk longer or ride a bike. Or dance. What can I do today to both envision it so that I have a hope that someday I'll be able to participate, at least in some way, in those things that I love. Also to lean into the gratitude of all the support systems I have in place. It's amazing what God's done, what my husband's done to help me, what friends, how many people have prayed for me. I'm just so grateful. I have ways to get out. I have an electric bike I haven't been able to use much, but hopefully I'll be able to ride my bike again soon. I have a scooter, so if we do go on hikes, I just have to find accessible ones. I could still do that. My feet still work. I do have 2 legs, and I can get up out of my chair on my own and walk, and that's more than a lot of people have and can do. it's okay for us to be sad. Like, really to be sad and to grieve those things we've lost. It's also important to have hope just for the next thing, you know? Maybe it won't look the same as what we planned it in our mind to be, but to still find joy in what's there. It's both and. We don't have to get rid of the sadness so that we can have joy. We can still find joy even when we're in the midst of sadness. We can still feel the sadness and take time for both and go back and forth. We don't have to be on one or the other. And I think it's a healthy way to do it. It's healthy to feel both. And so whatever you're going through today, whatever you're grieving the loss of, whatever ways your life doesn't look the way you really wanted it to, I'm sorry that that's where it's at right now. And I'm sending you a big hug. And it's okay to feel sad. And I also am excited to hear the ways that you find the gifts in the season, the joy that's there. There's so many gifts that I've received that I couldn't have gotten without this hardship. I would have never taken the time for myself like I have. I wouldn't have had time to read or do a lot of the things that are the only things that I can do when he makes me lie down in green pastures. They don't feel green. But once we can get past a little bit of the sadness, once we're not past it, I don't want to get rid of it. Once we can feel a little bit of that sadness and accept that where it is right now, maybe we can also start seeing some of the joys, some of the ways that it is a green pasture, that the soil is good, and that there are gifts in it, and there will be a great harvest from the work that's happening right now in the hard season. I believe it to be so for us, for me, for you. And you may not see all of those gifts while you're in the midst of it, but I do believe I have a hope. It's an anchor for my soul. That there are gifts that are here. There are joys that are here. And that God never wastes a single tear. He promises to use all the things, even this, for the good of those who love him and live according to his purposes. And so, friend, I'm glad that you are taking space to feel and space to see both the sadness and the joy. May your hope continue to grow. And may you have eyes to see the beauty of the season. Blessings.